It's July and this is the Library Roadshow. On the show today, Chef Celeste, elections, and America 250. Welcome to the July edition of the Library Roadshow. I'm Mary Stein, and this is a production of your East Baton Rouge Parish Library System. There's still so much going on with the Summer Reading Challenge at the library. Kids have already logged in over 20,000 books, so let's keep up that momentum and finish strong. There are still stellar events scheduled from our summer headliners throughout the system, including performances by Lady Chops, Uncle Gibo, Professor Universe, Louisiana Snake ID, and the Tri-Parish Ballet. We'll present a few encore screenings of summer movies on the plaza, featuring Apollo 13 and Hoppers. And then the teen film campers will screen their own creations at the main library at Goodwood at the end of the month. Kids and teens are also invited to attend summer reading parties scattered throughout the parish. We've also scheduled a very special summer event for adults suffering from Parkinson's. Our wonderful partners at Of Moving Colors have invited persons with Parkinson's to attend and participate in the gentle movement of Dance for Parkinson's. For all the details, check out The Source, the online catalog, or special calendars in children's and teen rooms at your local library or online. Now, the library's been teasing you since last November with events and displays leading up to America 250. We're ready to say happy birthday to America in a big way, starting off with the Baton Rouge Concert Band's annual 4th of July concert right here at the main library in Goodwood. This free outdoor concert starts at 7 p.m. on July 4th, and the crowds start showing up a bit early with their own lawn chairs and picnic dinners to get ready. Also planned in July, historic dance, colonial crafts, fun films, and documentaries on American history. And keeping with a spirit of community and democracy, we will host the Neighborhood Fest on Saturday, July 18th, followed by the Unity Fest on Sunday, July 19th. This was rescheduled from Juneteenth. There's even a Sneaker Fest planned for July. The library's annual genealogy symposium is now set for August 1st. This year's symposium is Be It Remembered, Stories from the Courthouse Basement, with a focus on the stories hidden in historical research collections. The Baton Rouge Room's special lecture on Canadian heritage and history takes place on July 21st, and we're still collecting oral histories in preparation for the Week of Remembrance about the Great Flood of 2016. Don't forget that we also feature other ways to save local and family history. Everything from scanning your photographs and family documents, converting your VHS tapes to digital, and even cleaning those moldy tapes. Small Business Service has posted tips from episodes 1 and 2 of the Small Business Engine series, covering how to get started with AI in marketing and social media for your business. New workshops are scheduled for later this summer. And we're hosting the Ignite Marketing Conference at the end of the month. Again, there's so much to share, so check it out on this month's issue of The Source, available in print and online at ebrpl.com. Learning new things doesn't stop when we retire. In fact, many people find that they are busier than ever as they explore new interests, develop new skills, and connect with people who share their passions. But taking that first step can sometimes feel overwhelming, especially when so much learning has moved online. Well, the library connects you to a resource designed specifically for older adults, making it easy to learn, engage, and grow from the comfort of home. Let's find out more in the digital download.
Gale Presents Get Set Up is an online learning platform aimed at adults over 55, offering hundreds of live and on-demand classes. Older adult peer instructors lead these classes, and the platform provides a supportive community for learning new skills and staying socially connected. Get Set Up has an easy-to-use online platform offering a rotating catalogue of over 5,000 live and on-demand classes, short videos and articles. Some of the most popular classes are technology skills, which includes smartphones, social media, and internet safety. There are also classes on health and wellness, personal finance, and a variety of hobbies. It offers a welcoming space where everyone can ask questions and engage comfortably. Users can access classes at their own pace and convenience. The platform includes closed captioning on live and recorded classes, screen reader compatibility, adjustable text size, and downloadable subtitles. Classes are available in English, Spanish, Mandarin, and Hindi, and users have 24/7 access to support via email, phone, or chat. Get Set Up fosters a vibrant community where older adults connect, share, and learn new skills together. You'll find this and our other online learning platforms in the digital library at ebrpl.com.
The opportunity to keep learning, try new things, and connect with others doesn't end at any particular age. Resources like Get Set Up make it easier than ever to build new skills, explore new interests, and stay engaged with a community of lifelong learners. I found myself browsing through the class catalog longer than I expected, and I just may sign up for a class or two myself. This is a great complement to the many live classes and demonstrations that take place in-house in libraries all over the parish. After the break, Executive Library Director Katrina Stokes joins me for a chat.
A thriving business community is good for us all. That's why we help entrepreneurs start businesses with Gale Business Builder. Get a library card, grow your business at ebrpl.com/business.
You're watching the July edition of the Library Roadshow. Everything you need to know about your local library system. Okay, Katrina, let's talk about the library's millage continuation election that took place on June 27. The votes are in.
We won.
We won.
We won.
That's right. So let's talk about these results. It was a commanding lead.
Yes.
At 64%
That
of
is
the vote.
amazing considering it was, 67% back in 1985?
Yes.
So this is the second highest voter approval rate that we have received in 40 years.
And of
That
course,
is amazing.
That one was in response to libraries being closed. So yes, we have a big, bold yes from our patrons. What does that mean for the library in the long term?
That means we're going to keep our promises for the next 10 years.
I love that. And we've made some good promises, haven't we?
We have, and we're making good on them even now. Scotlandville is going to be done with its renovations here very, very soon. I know everyone's very excited. We had that fantastic sneak peek just a couple of weeks ago.
That's right, a few weeks ago.
Time no longer has meaning now.
Yeah, I know.
But the mural looks beautiful. It's all coming together. All the colors and on the walls, on the floors, the mural itself. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I know the community is going to be thrilled when they see it.
And we're starting on the Baker with the concepts. The community's been looking.
So Baker's up next.
That's right, because it's like they're on deck in baseball terms. And then we're going to go forward and restart the projects for the Central Branch Library, the Zachary Branch Library, because we had done some initial scopes of work and then put the big pause on that. So we can unpause those projects. And then after that comes Delmont and Bluebonnet Phase 3, Carver, and believe it or not, here at the main library, people think that we are brand new, but we are
not anymore. We're not even the newest location anymore.
That's right. So especially the priority here at the main library is getting the parking done, reworked for safety.
Yes.
Especially with the community buses that are stopping here, and putting in extra entrance instead of 3 outs and 1 in. Let's make it 2 and 2, and
that just makes more sense. Too.
And then adding sidewalks on the side and additional handicap parking, because even though we have exceeded what the requirement is, the legal requirement for handicap spaces, when you have programs, as we do, where perhaps 60 people are attending who all have that handicap tag, there are not that many spaces. So there's a lot of things to work on, technology to work on, some programs to work on. So that's in the long term. On the short term, what happens next? Well, we come back to work just like always.
And we get to be librarians again.
That's
I'm very happy
right.
about that.
Oh, there's so many, again, paused projects where we just had to refocus our attention on everything related to this millage continuation.
It is, and a number of people in the community who want to partner with us to perform some studies that could benefit the library in the long term, as far as making those same decisions and determinations as far as how we present programs to each other, how we make sure our buildings are both efficient and functional to our patrons. So, and there are many of them who said, hey, I love this idea. Can it wait till after June 27th?
That's right. So that's so important, and that speaks to the idea that there's a very long tail on all these projects. It's all about gathering the information, data-driven decisions, and planning.
Yes.
So that's why that pay-as-you-go capital improvements plan works. It's also the operations plan. It's why we have fund balance in the first place, so that we can plan for the future. So I'm very excited to rest for a day and then start thinking about the data that we've collected over the last 6 months, which is very interesting data. We've heard from patrons, and some of them finally realized they could talk to us and give us ideas, and we're like, okay, we'll put it on the list.
Absolutely.
It could be a program idea, it could be a technology idea, it could be a facility idea. So
Absolutely, we're more than happy to listen to it.
right, we don't just wait and every 10 years listen to people. We're constantly listening.
We'll add it to the list and we're going to look at it.
That's right. Well, any final thoughts or messages to our patrons?
Thank you. Just a huge thank you. It's been a long process, about 18 months worth. And honestly, Mary, I think we need more than a day to to recuperate. But just most of all, thank you. Thank you so much to everyone for just, again, the overwhelming and amazing show of support that we have received. It has been constant everywhere I go, even on to a grocery trip. Someone sees me, oh, we're voting for the library. Thank you so much. Thank you.
As I was out and about on Saturday of the election and then Sunday following the election, as we were getting ready for a large program here, perfect strangers came up to me in the lobby, hugged me and said, we did it.
Yes.
And so that is the testament. It was the people's plan. The people did show up and they voted, and they are helping us. So I'm just thrilled.
So when I say we, it's not just we here at the library, that includes the staff. It's everyone in the community.
It's
Thank
East
you.
Baton Rouge Parish.
Yes, thank you so much.
Well, thank you. Again, a huge thanks to all who voted for the library millage. We're so appreciative of all the engagement and encouragement that we've received from library supporters and advocates over the past few months. So they're ready to help us write the next chapter. After this break, author Deco Offenord. Stay with us.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Welcome back to the July edition of the Library Roadshow. Our next guest is author Deco Offenord, an award-winning writer known for crafting suspenseful stories filled with mystery, family drama, and supernatural intrigue. Her latest novel, The Medici Curse, is a Gothic thriller that follows Anna de' Medici Rossi as she returns to her family's Tuscan villa after 16 years to uncover the truth behind her mother's death. Haunted by childhood night terrors and the disappearance of a cursed family heirloom, Anna finds herself drawn into a web of long-buried secrets, greedy relatives, and a dark family legacy. As she investigates the mysteries of her past, Anna must confront her own guilt and determine whether the curse that has shattered her family for generations is real or something even more dangerous. Hi, Deco. Welcome to the show. How'd you get your start as an author?
When I was in law school, I read a few John Grisham novels and thought, wow, I want to try my hand at writing a novel. But I had to set that dream aside for a while and focus on the law. Years later, I came back to it, and this time I dove right on in. I started building my toolbox, meaning I committed to learning the fundamentals of my craft, how to create tension, build compelling characters, and deliver emotional impact on the page. So 3 things helped me the most. First, I attended conferences where I could learn the specifics from people who were already doing the work. Second, I connected with other writers, so I wasn't figuring out everything all alone. And third, I read books on writing to understand what makes a novel work. Like John Grisham, I love a strong sense of drama, so I naturally gravitated towards writing thrillers. I was lucky enough to find an editor who fell in love with one of my stories and published it. From that point forward, I've been hooked.
Now, what is this book really about?
The Medici Curse is a Gothic thriller set in modern-day Tuscany. It's about an old, deadly curse tied to a ruby and diamond necklace that's been in the Medici family for centuries. So what is this curse about? The legend is simple and very terrifying. Every Medici woman who inherits a necklace and wears it dies tragically. The story opens with a prologue, and Anna is 12. Her mother, Vittoria, an opera star, comes home from the opera. She's wearing the Medici heirloom. That same night, Anna, who suffers from night terrors, meets her mother at the top of the stairs. They struggle over the necklace, the lights go out, and Vittoria falls to her death. When the lights come back on, the necklace is gone. Everyone believes Anna killed her mother and took it. But Anna was trapped in a nightmare and can't remember what happened. To protect her, Anna's father moves her to America, far from her Medici relatives. Now, 16 years later, Anna inherits her mother's villa and returns to Tuscany for the first time. She's determined to find the necklace and uncover the truth about that night, even if it means facing the possibility that she's her mother's killer. It won't be easy, though. The villa feels haunted, and Anna's night terrors have returned.
What inspired you to write The Medici Curse?
My husband's family lives in Italy, and one year we had the chance to stay in their centuries-old Tuscan villa. We absolutely fell in love with everything Italy, the art, architecture, vineyards, rolling hills, fields of sunflowers, their delicious food, and all that wonderful slower pace of life. But it was the villa itself, this powerful sense of history and the presence of Medici everywhere, that stayed with me. So when we got home, I said to my husband, I think it's time for me to write that novel. So I wrote a complete draft, and I put it in the drawer, and then kept on writing. Years later, after I published a few thrillers, I pulled that first book back out and rewrote it as a Gothic suspense novel. That book became The Medici Curse. So in a way, this story was actually my first novel, although the version readers get today is very different from that original draft, which isn't such a bad thing. That earlier draft, though, had a lot of great material, and I was able to use it, which is why I always tell new writers, keep everything you write, because you just never know when you might have a chance to go back and use that material. And sometimes when you do, it just feels like you've struck gold.
What advice would you give to any aspiring author?
There are 3 steps I like to tell aspiring writers to do. First, write what you love, because you're going to live with that story for a very long time. Second, learn the craft and be persistent. Most writers don't get published on their first try out. Don't be afraid to go back to the drawing board. As writers, our job is to write, revise, and just keep going. Remember, if it's not on the page, it can't be fixed. So enjoy the process, because writing is a lifelong journey, and that's meant to be enjoyed. Third, finish the book. Completing a novel is a huge win in itself, and you're willing to do the work to write and polish a full-length manuscript, well, then your chances of being traditionally published go way up. If you don't want to do traditional publishing, there's always self-publishing, but you still have to go through the same process. One last tidbit I like to tell aspiring writers: above all, be kind, because publishing is a very small world.
Deco, thank you so much for joining us today and for sharing the inspiration behind your novel, The Medici Curse. And to our patrons, don't forget, you can check out Deco Offenord's book on Libby and discover the mystery, suspense, and secrets hidden within the pages of this gripping Gothic thriller for yourself. Now, food has a way of telling the story of a place, and few cuisines are as rich in history and tradition as Cajun and Creole cooking. Our next guest is Chef Celeste Gill, a Detroit native who has made Baton Rouge her home and dedicated her career to promoting farm-to-table cooking and celebrating local flavors. Chef Celeste's work has earned her recognition, including Chef of the Year from the American Culinary Federation. She recently appeared on the Special Collections lecture series to discuss her new book, Chef Celeste's Louisiana Kitchen: Simplifying Cajun and Creole Cuisine. This is a cookbook that is also a personal reflection of her culinary heritage and journey.
Hi, my name is Chef Celeste, and I am the owner of Chef Celeste LLC. At the age of 27, I started culinary school in Hawaii, and I have not looked back since. We are here for my library talk on my cookbook, My Louisiana Kitchen. It has some old favorites, shrimp creole, pot roast, ribeyes, things like that, red beans and rice. So things that are easy to translate to home cooking, comfort meals, and then you can elevate it for our more advanced cooks and chefs. My favorite recipe in the cookbook is the gumbo, the seafood gumbo. The importance of gumbo. Gumbo is so many different ways to make it. Some people like okra in there, which that is the word for gumbo, is okra. I prefer mine not to have so much in there. But it's important because there's stories behind it, there's traditions behind it, making the roux, making the stock. So you can gather the whole family together, grandkids, everybody, and they can all play a part of bringing together this wonderful dish. In today's culture, cooking is important because number one, you need to know where your food comes from. So if you're cooking the food, then hopefully it's more nutritious, and food brings people together. And I like to say food can change your life. Out of the showcase, I hope that people go away with a better understanding of who I am, because I've been told I'm like an onion, I have layers, and what the cookbook is all about and the ease of using the recipes. The library is invaluable to bringing my cookbook, my message to tons of people. So I love the opportunity that they provided me and others to come out here and share what we do. You can find me on all social media, Instagram, Facebook, Chef Celeste Gill. Use that name, you'll find me there. And for the cookbook, it's on Amazon, it's on my webpage as well. And you can read it here in the library. So I love that. So they can reach me any of those type of ways, or if you need to email me, it's info@chefceleste.com.
We're so happy Chef Celeste Gill got to share her journey from Detroit to Baton Rouge and how her experiences have shaped her approach to celebrating and simplifying Cajun and Creole cuisine. To learn more, be sure to check out her book, Chef Celeste's Louisiana Kitchen: Simplifying Cajun and Creole Cuisine, and explore the flavors and traditions she continues to share. And of course, the library shelves are bursting with flavor, with thousands of cookbooks to choose from, as well as A to Z World Foods online. Yum! Stay right there. You're watching the Library Roadshow. You're watching the July edition of the Library Roadshow, a production of your East Baton Rouge Parish Library System. Staying active is important at every stage of life. Now, you've heard me talk about our Hive Class online platform for skills building in a variety of sports, as well as general fitness and mindfulness. But exercise can be even more rewarding when it brings people together. At the library, Fitness in the Stacks gives older adults the opportunity to improve their health, stay moving, and enjoy the company of friends old and new. Through low-impact aerobic exercises, participants build strength, flexibility, and confidence in a welcoming and supportive environment. Let's take a look.
My name is Ruth Elise, and I am here at the library doing Fitness in the Stacks at the Bluebonnet Library. I'm a retiree from LSU, so I'm not currently working. And every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we do Fitness in the Stacks at the Bluebonnet Library. It's a fitness program, and we follow a DVD video that the library sets up for us in this room. And we follow, her name is Leslie Sansone, and we follow her on the video for exercise. It's a 50-minute aerobic workout, and it's terrific. So it's something that I started after I retired in July of 2022. So I love it. I'm new to it. We have a lot of participants who've been here a lot longer. It's a free service from the library. There's no membership required. And it's here whenever the library is open. I mean, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday when the library is not closed for a holiday. So it's very accessible to us. The parking, just everything. It's indoors, so it's very comfortable here.
Staying active doesn't have to mean hitting the gym or training for a marathon. Sometimes it's as simple as showing up, moving your body, and connecting with others in your community. And the library is a great place to do just that. But if you can't make it in person, check out Hive Class in the digital library. And now for today's contest, visit the library's Facebook page at facebook.com/EBRPL. Show off your red, white, and blue spirit. How are you checked out and decked out for America 250? That's facebook.com/EBRPL. And while you're there, enjoy. We're not your grandfather's library anymore. What's coming up on the Library Roadshow next month? Well, it's been 10 years since the Great Flood of 2016, so in August we are hosting a week of remembrance. Thanks so much for joining us on the Library Roadshow, and remember, your East Baton Rouge Parish Library is open 7 days a week at each and every one of 15 locations, plus 24/7 on the web. Check us out at ebrpl.com.